Okay, hopefully this is going to work out. We are doing a Facebook Live viewing for the Color Hub, but instead of seeing us today or seeing what we're working on in person, we are doing a screen share of a video that we recorded earlier this week of a commission piece. And Mom here is going to, once we get the video started, she's going to commentate on what she was actually working on and things like that. And hopefully, if you have any questions, hopefully you'll be able to ask them, and I might be able to read them off to her and reply. So let's see what we can do here. All right. And let's see if I can make this bigger first. Bigger. There we go.
Awesome.
All right. I'm just going to make sure this is actually working before we get it started. Okay. If you have any questions. Okay. So I know for sure that this is working. So can you see the screen okay, Mom?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just make sure that
this is a
little different. But we're going to get this to work. So again, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to just type them up, and I will let Mom know while we're watching this together. So
okay, awesome.
Here we go.
Hi guys. Oh, this is going very fast.
It's still going to be 45 minutes. So.
All right. So this was a piece that I did for a friend. It's a gift for his dad. It's his home. It's his home. Home place. Home birth.
Place where he grew up.
Yeah. So right now I drew the piece. It took me a couple hours to draw the house, and now I'm wetting the background with a black velvet, silver black velvet. I don't know if it's a 3/4. It's a 3/4 flat, and they're beautiful brushes. They're very soft, and they accept the water and paint. I love working on these brushes when I want to do like really special pieces, like commission pieces and stuff like that.
And it's also a nice big brush, so you can get all that extra coverage, because like you're watering it down right now, right?
Right. I'm just getting the first coverage, and I could have used just any old flat, but I'm going around the house and the barn, so I wanted to be very careful and get, exact lines. And as you can see, it took me so long to go around that I am re-wetting everything, which is fine, perfectly fine, because I want to make sure I get a nice layer on that first layer. And now I'm just taking a light blue gray that I made up to get some shadow, like a shadowy sky, because we're doing a winter scene for this. So I did a light blue gray, and now I'm using a combination of perylene green and some sepia that I made up.
The picture that I took that she's using as reference, it's set in the wintertime, and it was snowing, so it kind of had that like wintertime snowy sky and everything. Tyler Kraft says, hey.
Oh, hi, Tyler. I'm glad somebody's watching.
You got 5 people watching.
So I'm just trying to dot in some background. And as you can see, this paint just spreads beautifully. This is all Daniel Smith paint.
Oh, it's fun because you can see it spread fast instead of like slow.
Oh, yeah. Like, I had to get some of it up because I want to make it look like a dappled forest in the back. But if I just let it go, and maybe someday I'll just do like a paint sample type thing where you can just watch the paint spread, because it is just amazing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a beautiful home, and actually Shannon lives right across the road from it now, so she got me some good pictures. Yeah. And as you can see, I left some sky areas open. I didn't want to leave too much,
because right now you're working on the woods behind the house, right? So
right.
That's why it's kind of that greener looking color right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, this finished piece, if you guys can watch it all the way through, the finished piece is just beautiful. We got it shipped off yesterday, so Wes should get it, I'm hoping, on Monday.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah.
So
The whole video is over 3 hours. It did take what 3 days of recording. It was like 2 good days and like one partial day just to finish
yeah,
it up. So
I think it was 4.
yeah, so it's just over a 3 hour video. So on YouTube someday I might put up the whole video if anybody really wanted to like sit down and watch the whole thing. But for
Yeah, yeah. If you really, really want to watch it that bad.
but yeah, just for like today's purposes, just to kind of see the whole process and how it started and what the finished piece looked like. We sped it up just so it's going to be about a 44 minute video.
So here I'm just getting in some of the road that's in front of the house.
You used like moon glow and something else on this.
Sepia and moon glow for this. I love moon glow. If you guys can ever get your hands on a tube, it's not that expensive. But Daniel Smith moon glow, I think it's a color specifically to Daniel Smith, and it is just an amazing color to work with. And as you can see, when their paints are when you go in wet and wet, the paint just spreads beautifully, and it gives you a gorgeous granulating color.
Mm-hmm. And you can kind of already see the background that she did is already drying. It's already like a little bit lighter colored than what she had put on it.
Yeah, the paints dry about 15 to 20% lighter, I would say. I've said 30 before, and probably it's not that much. It's probably a good 15 to 20 though. Depending on the colors that you use and the thickness. So now what I'm going to do, I think, here I'm putting some texture into the road just by dotting it with some paper towels.
Because it was winter time, and the road had all kinds of like snowy texture and just the bumps in the road. And
here's the fun part. Is this here where?
Yep, I think you're getting
Well,
water.
now I'm playing with the baby. Sorry, guys. Babies come first.
Even sped up, that took too long.
Oh, Lordy. Who knows what I'm doing now?
I don't know.
Oh, Michelle.
Oh, this is because we had it set up to record, and it was just I think you were taking dogs out while it was drying.
Oh, did you not get where I
No, you haven't gotten there yet.
Water? Oh,
we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay. So now the painting has dried. Yeah, I let the painting completely dry because I didn't want to go any further and have cauliflowers and blooms. Wanted to go back in. Now I'm going to do, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So now I'm going to go back in, and I think I'm going to do another layer on the background.
Before you did the splash.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen this yet. This is the first time I've seen the video.
So the first two long segments are I set it up so that because you spritzed it.
I sprayed the background again. Yep.
We did I had it set up so it could record, so we didn't have to like hold it by hand. So I think this first two sections took like an hour and a half. And then when it gets to the part where I'm actually holding it, that the angle's going to change, so it's more horizontal instead of this like weird vertical angle.
So now I'm using my my Escoda Versatile number 12 brush. Very soft, beautiful brush. It's from Barcelona, and it's a very nice piece to work with. It comes to a very nice point, and as you can see, I will probably use this for most of the painting because it does have such a nice point. I can get a lot of these pine trees. I can get very sharp tips.
Yeah, see you
some
working on them right
detail.
now.
Yeah. And I don't want a lot of detail right at the moment because I want everything to push back into the forest in blur, but I do want a little bit popping out, different colors, a little bit of the branches showing.
Mm-hmm. The background's taking a lot of paint, a lot of work.
Well, it will show up a lot in the paintings.
Oh
So I
yeah.
wanted to make it look really nice.
Oh, and you see the final piece. I mean, it looks awesome.
And now I'm
Just redoing some of the spots.
and I wanted to get up a lot of the as you can see, there's some puddles
Mm,
that I don't want to leave either.
mm. Like where it didn't just really dry fast enough.
Right.
Like
So
spreading
now
it.
I just soaked up some of the paint from that puddle and I'm using it over where I'm working right now.
Mm. It's so weird after seeing the final piece to see it all raw again like this.
I really hope that they like it because I think it looks good. I don't do a whole lot of architectural pieces. I've worked on barns. I think this is my first, no, I did Our House Up Home,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the first one other than that I worked on.
I mean, you've done a couple barns, but they're like more background. They're not like the actual focal things, right? No, you did do a couple
I
barns
did
that
a
were
couple
focal. Yeah.
barns, yeah.
I was thinking of that one that we did on a Wednesday night where it's like in the background and
Mm-hmm.
there's a path going up to it.
I really like the background here, though, how it fades and then we get some sharp. Because the left side of this painting, everything is like a blurry forest because it's so thick. And then when you go to the right side behind the barn, then it's thinner, and that's where you're going to start seeing some more detail of the pines.
I should be okay posting a picture of it, of the reference picture.
Yeah, I already
okay.
asked permission.
Okay.
Cool. Wes was excited. He said he might try to watch.
Well, if not, it'll be on YouTube afterwards.
I don't think Jay watches anyway, so it's okay. Do we have any questions yet?
No, just Tyler Craft saying, hey, we had about 5 people watching. So. This background is so much work. It looked really awesome when it was done, though.
It is.
And now you're trying to do a little bit of the detail, right? Like add in the trunk and a few branch.
Yeah, and I'm doing it not like a full trunk. I'm just doing like hashing it there, here and there, a little bit darker, just, and it's still not going to stand out. When you see what I do next, I just want to get some darker colors in there.
Let's see what you're doing now. You're spraying
the road so I can get some more in there.
And that road just dried up really light colored too.
I
feel like you put, like, by the time you were all done with the piece, I feel like you put like 4 layers on the road.
Yeah.
Alright. Making more lines.
And I'm using the brush, thirsty brush, to wick up. And here I'm taking water right out of my water bucket and I'm just spraying the piece, flicking water, and this is such a cool method, and it will give you natural blooming into the background. Of course, I don't cover anything. Like a
so the laptop is getting all wet.
But when this dries, it will look over behind the barn.
Okay, and this is the next day. I think day 2 of 4. And
now you can see, and then I Shannon didn't tape it, but I had also flicked in some white Dr. PH Martin Martian as well to give it an effect of snow in the background in the trees. So
oh yeah, there's the reference photo if you were
oh yeah, there's the reference photo. And now I'm mixing up a combination of some verditer blue, some lavender, some cobalt blues, a little bit of Mars black, and some moon glow. And I'm trying to come up with a nice color that matches the house.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
Trying to find the right color.
So when you see me putting paint on the
Paper towel.
masking tape or the paper towel isn't exactly the best way to go about trying to match colors, but that's what I had handy. So
You're just trying to get the original color in, like a base coat, basically,
and it
right?
doesn't look close right now, but the colors are pretty exact.
It's just drying so fast. Now, I remember when you were painting this, you kept talking about like
The bead.
you were letting the bead go and you were working with the bead.
And you can see that dark bead of paint. As long as I keep that bead going, as long as it stays wet, I can continue painting without getting a harsh line in my paint.
Mm.
I can take a break as long as that bead stays wet, and I'm pointing that out to Shannon right there.
So that's how you avoid getting like stroke lines in the
Yes,
piece.
exactly.
Okay.
You want to just keep making sure that you continue going from there, and that'll keep you. And I'm
Showing me the
showing you
brush.
the brush, and you can see I'm getting into some pretty tight spaces there
Yeah.
with that nice brush because of the tip.
Yeah, originally we didn't know how long this whole thing was going to take, and we were talking about maybe speeding it up like what I did now, and then doing a recorded voiceover over it, and then it's just been a crazy week. Didn't have time. We didn't get the painting shipped out till yesterday, so we just decided, we're gonna try to do something new. We're gonna try to do a live voiceover on Facebook Live. See how this
Yeah,
goes.
I didn't have anything prepared for today,
Yeah.
so um,
Yeah, because this like we said, this painting took about 4 days, and by the time we got it all shipped off yesterday, we were kind of mentally shot. So that's the porch. Now we're working on the barn, or you're working on the barn.
it's team effort.
I'm holding the camera.
It's a team effort. And you can use anything, guys. Your fingers. I use my fingers all the time. Move paint around.
Oh, this is when we had a weird day where the sunlight kept coming out and blinding us, and then going back. So if the
Oh yeah, we had to move everything around the table. We had to move all of our equipment.
so that's what all that weird shadow is. It's from the harsh light coming through the dining room window.
Daddy's gonna actually put a blind up for us because it is horrible.
Mary Sue is watching. Hi, Mary Sue.
Hi. What do you think so far?
She goes, "Is that the house across the road from Shannon?"
Yes, yes.
Yes, it is.
Ramsey's old house. It was a commission piece.
How did Wes even find you? Like he
Oh, we're
found
old
you on?
friends.
Oh, but he just found you on Facebook. I mean, or did you have his contact
No, he
information?
must have found me on Facebook
Oh,
or been
okay.
watching or something. And um, yeah,
For the fence, right? Yep, for the
this must
fence.
be another day.
No, it's the same day, but
Is
you
it?
did you wanted to do the fence just a slightly different shade. Like it's this technically the same color but different shade just to kind of separate it from the house.
Okay.
Mary Sue says she loves it.
Oh, thank you. Wait till you see the finished piece, Mary Sue. It turned out great.
Yeah, when we're all done with this and I get it up on YouTube and everything, I'm gonna post the final picture of it. Or did he want to wait for his dad to see
No,
it
he
before?
said it was
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
I'm just glad it's over with, though.
This was a really long piece. I think this is the longest piece I've seen you do.
I mean, in oils, I would spend this long in oils, but this is probably the longest in watercolor
Yeah.
I've done.
Well, and you're using a bigger paper than you've worked with so far, so
Yeah, this
there's
is the
more
biggest.
area.
And it was stressful because it was a commission piece. So
So now you're starting on the dark parts on the house and windows, right? And the
right.
doors.
And here there's details that I can't quite pick out in the photographs. So forgive me if they're incorrect.
Creative license.
Yeah, I guess.
Plus, it was like winter time, and I don't know if you can see on, if it pans back over to the picture on the laptop, but some of it is a little blurry because of the snow, and I was taking the picture from across the road, so you can only see so many of the details.
Now here, mainly I'm using Payne's Gray and a little bit of Moon Glow for the windows. It's a Payne's Blue Gray. And I'm not painting them all the way through. I'm dabbing to get like a shadow effect. And when I'm done here, then I will go back in and dot in some color here and there.
I thought these windows would be pretty easy, but then you got the with the frame around it, and then you've got the shutters, and spent a long time doing that.
Well, and then when I was done with the windows, like it bothered me all night and I couldn't figure out what it was. I went to bed and I got up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, I have the side windows, I had the proportion off. So, and then the front windows, I had the shutters, they didn't match. So then I had to get up in the middle of the night and fix them before Shannon got back here to start taping them again. So I was still working on them.
Oh,
you got here early in the morning and I was still working on them so that they were fixed.
So there's a couple little parts that jump a little bit, but it's just where she's reworking something. Nothing that we're really missing out on. Kind of like when you sprayed the white stuff on the trees. It was not a big deal.
And I will, we can do a video so I can show everybody how to do that as well.
Yeah.
And here I'm just putting shadow underneath that rim of the barn and underneath the eaves of the barn. And I didn't realize that you see a roof of the barn there, so feel bad about that.
I look at it almost every day and I didn't even notice it.
I did not see that in the picture.
Oh, look, the sun's coming out again.
Okay. It's just a teaser. It's just enough to blind us in here.
5-10 minutes, and then you try to move stuff, and then it's like, bye-bye.
Do you see this room, Russ? Do you see what this is like, trying to paint in here with that light in here?
And we have the light on bright to try to...
Yeah. It's awful.
Get rid of the shadow, and it's not enough.
You need to fix our studio, honey.
Our open studio.
You need to adjust.
we need to adjust, Shanny.
Here's the problem. By the time we adjust, the sun's like, haha, and it moves away again.
It was awful. So I think I started out okay with the windows, and then like I got tired. And once I get tired, my brain kind of just goes kaput. Like last week on the waterfalls, which got thrown in the garbage, by the way.
Yeah, I think the longest you did this on one day was like 2 hours.
About 3 hours, yeah.
Yeah, it ended up being 3 hours because we took little breaks to, take the dogs out and the baby, and then by the time, you get all that done and you get your 3 hours and you're wiped.
Yeah, my brain starts shutting off. Like I had the waterfalls last week right where I wanted it. And then I think my brain started shutting down, and I don't know what happened, but it just went really downhill. And it got to the point where I'm like, no, just heck with it.
I noticed you work best in about 20-25 minute increments, so
So just take the brush away from me.
I'm going to. We
Just
talked
take.
about this. We're gonna do
Shannon
that
has
now.
strict instructions. Just take it away from me.
Or we'll take little breaks and we'll, you know,
Oh.
we can always finish things another time. It doesn't have to be done in one setting.
And I know this looks dark. I've got some moon glow and some blue Payne's gray in here. And it looks dark, but there's a shadow there where the house turns. So you have to have dark to see the light in a watercolor. So
And there's the little wreath we've got hanging up there right now.
And that's just sepia that I have on the wreath.
Oh, it wasn't green?
No, that's sepia.
Oh, good for me. I thought it was green.
And now you'll see that I told Shannon, I think I'm going to need to switch to a smaller brush. So this is just a Myacraft or a My Art Craft #4 small brush, and it's a very it's got a nice bounce to it. So I like working with this brush in very fine places. Very cheap brush. I got an entire set, I think, from Walmart for
oh wow,
$12. I mean, cheap.
One of the few things you didn't have to order.
Well, I ordered it.
Oh, well, I mean, but it was, wasn't like a crazy art place.
But no, but it's a great little set. Came rolled up in a case, and just amazing little set. My art.
I remember you had a hard time with trying to get the right color for these shutters.
Oh yes, this took a long time. This is basically the color of the house, but I just added some more Payne's gray and some Mars black to it, and a little bit more moon glow. And it's just getting the right concoction. The Mars black is very nice because you can add that to almost any mainly granulating color, and it will just add or enrich that color. So
doing those corners again, the recessed edges of the house.
Recess, that's a very good word.
Yes. Thank you. I like to pull out the dictionary sometimes.
Yeah. English major that you are. And I'm not sure. I'm trying to go by my clothes, what I'm wearing. I'm actually wearing clothes today. I can't tell what. Is this another day?
Yeah, this was the second day.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the longer day that we did, and you were trying to get a lot of it done, and you're like, I'm almost done, I'm almost done, I'm almost done, and then we got to the third day, and you're like, oh, we still have so much to do.
Oh yeah, the third day I'm like, I think I can get it done today, right? And then I'm like, I'm not going to get it done.
Yeah, because the second day you were like, yeah, I just need to do these, and then just some little details in snow, and I'll be good, and not quite.
That didn't happen.
Yeah. Which is good because the final piece after you did everything you did looks really awesome. So
yeah. So now here I'm just trying to add a little bit of texture and details to these shutters. You're not really going to see a lot, but when it dries, you'll notice a little bit more in that corner.
Oh my God, you were in that corner so much.
Yeah, but
it worked out, so it's all that matters. It kept lightening up on you and lightening up, and then when you're consistently coming through with your paper towel there, and you're blotting up stuff, are you blotting really wet paint so it doesn't spread too much, or what are you usually doing?
I'm actually trying to get texture, and maybe there's a color there that I think is too dark. So
you're pulling some of it off.
Yeah.
Now you're doing your fencing.
And I didn't want to see all of the picketing because it's, too much. So now I'm just taking some wet water and letting it spread so that I can just see a little bit of it. Because in the picture, you don't really see the pickets. You see just kind of light going through some of the pickets, and that's kind of the look I wanted. So I think I got that. And then there's bushes in there.
So you were given the impression. You were given the impression of the
bush coming over the fence. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. More fencing. And the tops are really, really tiny, like triangles with the flat tips. So you were trying to give that impression too. That was a lot of work right there too. And now you're just adding some shadow to it.
Trying to get some dry brush strokes in there to give it some texture. Doing the same to the barn. Getting some dry brush strokes down the front.
Oh, it's because I was, why is this? There was a couple black areas. Great. I don't know why. See if I can fast forward this.
We're still trying, guys. Something happened.
Yeah. Let's fast forward this here.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Maybe?
No, it's all on the feed, but I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just added a blackened area for some reason. Okay.
Back to working on the woods. Trying to get some details, some branches in. There's actually some hardwood back there with the pine. So.
Looks like you were taking a break from the house and stuff.
I am. I have to get away from a certain area at some points. Like, you're supposed to do, there's a rule, 20 minutes and 20 minutes. Like, you work for 20 minutes, then you get away for 20 minutes.
Okay.
So that was my 20 minutes, get away from that house. And there you can see I brushed my brush right across the front of that house. And yes, there were words.
There was like, oopsie.
I'm like, are you kidding me? But because I'm working with all sedimentary colors, they worked right up for me. Thank the Lord they were not red.
Imagine if you had to redo all that you just did.
I would not have been pleased.
Wes, how bad you wanted this house done?
So these sedimentary colors, they're sitting on top of the paper more. They didn't sink into the paper like a red or one of those colors would have, or your pinks. And these colors sit on top and they're easily lifted. That was a scary moment, though.
Yeah, it was. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, the reason the camera's moving so much on this one is because we didn't have it set up to record, but that was because at this point, she's like moving the board around so she can access certain areas better. And if I had the camera set up flat, all you would see is like the board sometimes, and then sometimes you would see what she's painting, and then sometimes the board. And so that's why I moved it around.
Still would be better if we just had the camera sitting.
Well, if you had sometimes you tipped the board like this to do that, and you wouldn't see anything. All you would see is the board. So.
Yeah, I know, but it's got to make people sick to the stomach watching this.
No.
It is me.
Oh.
And here is what did we say? It probably was
a bush.
A forsythia, probably, right?
No, this one was the snowball bush.
Oh, snowball bush.
The forsythia is over to the left more.
Yeah, I wanted to have you go across and see if I could get a little sprout from this or something.
Yeah, when the weather's better.
Oh, yeah, obviously. No, Shannon, go in 2 feet of snow and ask for a...
If I have to. And it's so hard to do a bush when there's like a bajillion branches and
So what I
it's
do is
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh, go
Shannon.
ahead, go ahead.
So what I do is I just fill in and then I go in and pull out some details. Go ahead and say
Hmm.
what you were going to say.
I was just gonna say because like I think that it's been cut down several times. So you kind of see like a few chunky trunks and then a bunch of wispy branches coming off of it, and it's like impossible to do every single trunk. So just do what you did, just make it look like
Mm-hmm.
you know chunky, and then pull it out.
And here's another little brush that I love. And this is also, I think this is a, oh no, this is one of my oil brushes really that I love. And it's a Michael James brush and it's a number 2. And it's a beautiful brush to work with. And I got it for oils and I use it in my watercolors all the time. You can use oil or acrylic brushes. More oils I would use. I don't do acrylic. But you can use them on watercolor, but you can't use watercolor brushes in other mediums because other mediums will hurt your watercolor brushes. So just to let you know, you can go one way, but not the other.
So now you're taking that Dr.
P.H. Martin's.
P.H. Martin's.
It's a bleed proof white. Yeah, we gotta hold that still.
There's no way for me to do it. Just because if you move the board, we can't do it. So, and this was this is the last day I had came over, and this is after she had already touched up some of the windows a little bit and added some of the details to like the house that you can see. So now she's just filling in the windows more, giving it that like glass look. But like she had already added in the little dots for the eaves and the house number, and this is when you did some of the snow on the tree, but I think you still left some.
I left
maybe?
some so
Yeah.
they could see how I did it.
Yeah. Hopefully.
No, we're gonna hold it still. If they can't see everything, that's fine. I'm just gonna have to put on something.
Oh, there you are putting snow on. Doing more of the branches. But adding the snow stuff took a while. Wow, that tree took a long time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Trying to just straighten up some of the lines right now.
Mm.
Getting some on the other brushes.
Just adding lots of snow. I think that's pretty much all you had really left to do was snow.
I'm darkening the bushes here because I didn't think they were dark enough.
Mm.
I wanted to get some shadow in there. Now I'm watering the area that I want to put some snow between the house and the barn. You can leave it all the white paper. I wanted to put a little bit in there so I could get some color.
Speaking of snow, I think we're getting more.
A lot of artists don't like using white in their watercolor paintings. I happen to. I love white, so I use it. I'm not one of those people who believes you have to follow rules. You just do what you like to do. So there you go.
And with this snow, you didn't like make sure all the white area was completely covered with it.
No,
like,
I left white. So yeah, I do what I like to do, and if you like it, follow me. If you don't, then don't.
Well, it leaves some of the.
That's how it is.
I mean, when you look at snow, like there's always like little shadowed areas and areas that are just slightly different color.
Yeah, I'm just
shade.
Talking about like a true watercolor medium.
Oh yeah. Well,
I've also only been painting for 2 years, and I'm self-taught, so you know.
Well, I'm sure there's got to be other people out there that like it too.
I hope so.
This is the end.
We're going nuts.
We're adding snow.
It's snowing, just like here.
This was from the first snowfall we had all year back in like what was it, early mid-December or something like that.
Yeah,
it was before Christmas.
Now I'm just taking some sepia and some water that's mixing in with the snow just to give you that little brown look from, where you're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Snowbanks and stuff like that.
From the plow truck.
And I'm putting a few snowy footprints leading up to the house. And we're done.
Woo!
It was making me a little sick. Yeah, we're not doing that. So what do you guys think of the house?
Well, they're on a little bit of a delay.
They're still getting nauseous.
You reached the finish line before them. I'm sure they'll leave comments, and well, they're almost done. We'll just wait a second and see what kind of comments pop up, if any. See what I mean? Like there's a delay. See, now it's done for them, and now they hear us asking questions.
So there we go, guys. What do you think?
And like I said, Aunt Patty said it looks great.
Thank you.
And like I said, when we're all done posting this up, on Facebook and YouTube, I will add the pictures of the house. I think we got it. Yeah, we got pictures of it before we put it in the frame, and then after we put it in the frame. So
yeah, it's really pretty, all framed up too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Anybody have any questions for us, or want to know about painting or anything before we leave?
I'll just take a few seconds. The delay.
Oh.
So, well, I guess we will leave that here for now. And if, feel free to ask questions or leave comments, and then we'll pick them up in a little bit when it shows up on Facebook. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.